All right, Kate, are you familiar with 538? You familiar with that?
The time?
538 is like typically they focus on political races.
Then no.
Okay. Yeah, they do like statistical type stuff, like, oh, well, such and such's likelihood to win this deal is, 95%. And then turns out they were wrong. Like one really notable time. I don't want to get into specifics. But
Dukakis?
Yeah, Dukakis. That's it. Oh, and so they put together this thing, the Ultimate Halloween Candy Power Ranking.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd they do?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup number 1.
Really?
Followed by Reese's Miniatures. And also in the top 10, Reese's Pieces, Reese's Stuffed with Pieces. So Reese's kind of dominating.
Did the Peanut Butter Federation pay for this?
Peanut Butter Federation. I like that.
The National Association of Peanut Butter?
No, I think this was their own. They funded it on their own dime or whatever. I don't think it was underwritten by anybody. But it's really interesting. The way they did this was, let's see. While we don't know who exactly voted, we do know this. 8,371 different IP addresses voted on about 269,000 randomly generated matchups. So basically the idea being they would present people, okay, Snickers or Jolly Rancher. And then people would vote, on these head-to-head matchups. And then they did further science to figure out, okay, so if a candy contains chocolate, it will win 6 out of 10 times, 61% of the times, if it's going head-to-head against a non-chocolate candy, right?
Right.
And if a candy contains chocolate, it has a 20% value, like added to its win percentage possibility. So, for example, if it's got chocolate and it has peanuts and nuts, chocolate makes it 20% more likely to win. Peanuts and nuts adds an additional 10%. So they really kind of dialed this thing in. And then fruit won 44% of the time. Its value add was 10.3, which was second highest behind chocolate. But pretty much everything else is something that would be in chocolate. Like nougat probably isn't going to be incorporated with fruit, for example.
Right.
Caramel, crispy is another thing that's listed here. And
so what's the top rated fruit flavored candy?
Let me scroll back up here. The top rated fruity candy looks like number 13, Starburst.
What?
Yeah, so way down the list. It goes...
That's crazy.
Peanut Butter Cups, Peanut Butter Cup Minis, Twix, Kit Kat, Snickers, Reese's Pieces, Milky Way, Reese's Stuffed with Pieces, Peanut Butter M&Ms, Butterfinger. Round out the top 10, and then you still have Peanut M&Ms, Three Musketeers, before you finally get to Starburst.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then it looks like the only other one on this, they list in like 19 total here, best performing ones. Starburst at 13, and then the only other one on there is Skittles Original at 19. All the other ones contain chocolate, it seems. And once again, this was done in they presented, how many IP addresses did they say? Which basically equates to people.
Right.
8,000 some people with 269,000 randomly generated matchups.
Oh, man.
And then there's, I don't know what this means. Multi-piece is something that's listed as far as a candy type. I don't know if I know what that means. Multi-piece.
Like, does that mean like M&M's, Skittles, Reese's? Like there's multiple pieces in the package?
Maybe.
You get one M&M.
Yeah, so if it's just like candy bar, right, it just shows basically candy bar has a 61% chance of winning. Hard candy hurts your chances of winning. If it's a hard candy, it's a 5% hit to your likelihood of winning.
It's out.
Yeah.
So are these the same people that work with political campaigns, or is this just the same website? Maybe it's a different team.
Well, it's all part of this. It's all part of the same website, but I imagine they're all somewhat charged to do some. Well, maybe not. I think they're just a bunch of stat heads, a bunch of statisticians that crunch numbers.
I mean, let's say candidates. Oh, this could never mind. It's getting inappropriate, so I better not say it.
Ooh.
If you're taking the same ratio of with or without nuts and you're applying it to political candidates and like this one is going to do better because this one has them and this one doesn't. You know what I mean? Like
this candidate is into nougat and this one over here is into hard candy.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with the hard candy being kind of I mean, Jolly Ranchers, I guess I enjoyed as a kid around Halloween time, but otherwise hard candy, nah.
I'm trying to think around Halloween time, the hard candies that are out there. I mean, I don't think of Werther's Originals as Halloween candy, but I enjoy them because of my grandma.
Sure.
But I always have Jolly Ranchers in the car, so.
Oh, really? Okay.
I do. I keep Jolly Ranchers and mints in the car.
All right, so the going back to the candy types, nougat actually had the best average win share. Nougat at 66%. If the candy contained nougat, there was a 66% chance it would win.
Okay, is there nougat in anything else besides Snickers and Three Musketeers and Milky Way?
Good question.
Baby Ruth. Payday. Shoot. I'm killing myself here.
Okay. That's more than I could have named.
But that's it.
It's more than I could have named. So 66% chance if you got nougat in your candy, you were going to win the head-to-head matchup in this candy poll that 538 did. Then the word crispy is highlighted. 64% win. Crispy meaning I guess like a Kit Kat would be a crispy one, right?
Okay.
Let's see. Just generic candy bar in the matchup wins 61% of the time. Caramel wins 60% of the time. Peanut and nuts, 57%. Oh, and I skipped chocolate briefly there. Very important. Chocolate, 61% as well, which is the same likelihood of winning a head-to-head matchup in the candy off as candy bar. So there you go, Kate.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, I will pick chocolate over fruit, but I know that there are people who pick fruit over chocolate, and I just figured there was a bigger number of people who like the fruity candies more than chocolate and nougat.
Note that a candy can be one or two or all of these things. A Snickers is a chocolate, and then parentheses they put plus 20, peanut plus 10, caramel plus 3, nougat plus 2, that we'd expect to have in the ballpark of a 70% win rate, and it does, in fact, have a 77% win rate. Snickers. So the ultimate Halloween candy power ranking, once again, if you're just joining us, number 1, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, followed by Reese's Miniatures, Twix, Kit Kat, Snickers, Reese's Pieces, Milky Way, Reese's Stuffed with Pieces, Peanut Butter M&Ms, Butterfinger. Top 10, and the ultimate Halloween candy power rankings from 538.
Now I need to go get candy bars.
Yeah, go head-to-head with your own candy bars, and you decide.
I know. Now all I can think about is chocolate.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Chocolate for breakfast.
It's got some calcium in there, right?
Yeah, for sure. And if you get a dark chocolate, isn't dark chocolate supposed to do stuff?
It's supposed to be good for you. Antioxidants and what else? Good stuff.
There you go. Yeah, antioxidants and good stuff. Polyphenols or something, is that the word?
I don't know, Matt, but I believe you.
I think that's an antioxidant. Thanks.
But I believe you.
What does dark chocolate have? See now, what does dark chocolate have? Dark chocolate do. Does chocolate?
Why not? Why is dark chocolate good for you?
Instead, I go, what does dark chocolate do health?
What are you searching on?
DuckDuckGo. We have from Healthline, Drakes.com, WebMD. There's a Harvard one. You want to go to the Harvard one?
You go with Harvard. I've got medicalnewstoday.com.
Medical News Today. Source of iron, copper, magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, flavonols. I think that was the word I was looking for. Flavonols?
What did you say?
Polyphenols or something like that.
Oh,
I
okay.
forget. Which may be something also, I don't know.
Dark chocolate is a rich source of antioxidants and minerals. It contains less sugar than milk chocolate, and some research suggests that dark chocolate may help lower the risk of heart disease, reduce inflammation and insulin resistance, and improve brain function. Aha! I'm not getting enough dark chocolate in my life.
There you go, Kate.
It's funny because I think where dark chocolate is, red wine follows. So does that like cancel out the brain function?
Yeah, I was wondering, aren't those supposed to go hand in hand?
Mm-hmm.
Dark chocolate and wine, and then isn't there some kind of wine benefit too?
Yeah. Why is red wine good for you? Let's find that out.
Okay. Like a heart healthy thing or something, isn't it? Isn't that the one they typically say?
It provides antioxidants, promote longevity, and can help protect against heart disease and harmful inflammation. Among other benefits, interestingly, red wine likely has higher levels of antioxidants than white wine. But they also say research suggests that you drink an occasional glass of red wine.
Right, as opposed to...
Not an occasional bottle.
Not an occasional bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Did you see that story about how Ed Sheeran used to drink 2 bottles of wine a day?
No. Is that why his hair's red?
Yes, turns out.
Okay. Red wine, red hair.
Well, he is trimmed up a lot, apparently. And it's like, well, how'd you pull that off? And he's like, yeah, kicked some bad habits, like 2 bottles of wine a night.
Oh, wow.
And I knew he was quite a drinker. I knew he was a big drinker.
By himself or with his wife?
My guess is by himself.
Okay.
My guess is by him. There's all these stories. Like he was telling stories about getting drunk with Russell Crowe or whatever, putting back shots all night someplace. I think he's
interesting.
Historically been a pretty legendary drinker, but now, womp womp, he's all married and has a kid.
Yep.
And boring, I think is the moral of the story, right? Okay, maybe not.
I mean, you're talking too boring, so that works.
I'm talking too boring?
You're talking to me. Boring. Super boring.
Did you used to put away more wine before you had the kids?
No, I put away a lot more beer before kids.
Beer, gotcha.
Yeah.
Was wine a more recent development?
Yeah, wine was kind of after kids. So
later in life, wine connoisseur.
Later in life, yeah.
I think is what they call that.
It's probably a good thing that I didn't discover wine in my youth. Probably because I couldn't afford to drink it in my youth. That's why I was drinking beer, Matt.
Even Franzia? Franzia, that costs?
I don't do Franzia, but not shaming, not judging anybody who does, but it is not my favorite.
In college you might have, though. What beer did you drink in college?
Natty Light.
Yeah, and what beer do you drink now?
Ultra.
Natty Ultra.
No.
Michelob Ultra.
Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
Actually, I will drink light beers. So if someone's offering, I'll drink a Busch Light, Bud Light. Monty usually has Coors Light in the fridge. I just can't do really heavy beers. I used to love the hell out of Budweiser, though. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I've got some Budweiser in the fridge at home right now.
I loved Budweiser. And Labatt Blue, it's Canadian beer.
Yeah.
I think they basically put like cocaine or something in that beer that makes you think that you're invincible.
Well, for a drink like a Canadian Day, when was that? Yesterday?
Yeah, right?
Something like Canadian Beer Day.
I don't think it was drink like a Canadian. It was drink a Canadian Beer Day or something like that. Yeah. It wasn't drink like a Canadian.
Close enough.
That could get some people killed.
Is that right? Are they pretty legendary?
I think so. Okay. Look at those hockey players.
Oh, yeah, the hockey players. Good point.
Yeah.
Are they drunk on the ice?
Maybe.
Okay.
That's why it doesn't hurt when they get their teeth knocked out.
But you had rattled off, like, have a Labatt, have a Labatt, have a Molson. And I was like, look at Kate rattling off the Canadian beers.
I know. Because I used to drink in Canada, so.
Oh, Canada. You used to drink in Canada?
Yeah, do you consider Niagara, the Canadian side, still Canada? I mean,
sure.
It's technically Canada, but it's really Buffalo.
Yeah. I've been to Vancouver before, and
nice.
That's basically Seattle, right?
I heard it is beautiful in Vancouver.
It's a long time ago. So, sure. Probably.
Sure.
I think it was maybe 10, 11, 12 or something when we went there.
Okay.
But,
so not drinking Canadian beer?
No. Mm-mm.
Not drinking like a Canadian?
Nope. Neither.
Not even the chocolate milk?
Nope. Yeah. I know.
Those were the days. Womp
womp. Hey, Kate, did you see the seasonal temperature outlook is out?
No.
This is where they do a map of the United States. And we see this is seasonal temperature outlook, valid for November, December, and January.
Whoa.
And it has us at a 30 to 40% chance of above normal temperatures.
Really?
Yeah, that being the upper half of both Kansas and Missouri. Whereas below the southern parts of the states, they're at a 40 to 50% chance of above normal. And the majority of the country is at likelihood of above. The least likely to be above normal temperatures is in Alaska. Southern Alaska, there's a better chance of below average temperatures, they say.
Okay.
And then basically the upper Midwest and the Pacific Northwest all have equal chances. So I guess you would say that would be a normal temperature expected for the seasonal temperature outlook. Kate, you excited?
I am. Kind of makes me a little concerned,
Oh, about the climate, the global climate change?
Yeah.
Getting us?
I mean, I'm happy that we're not having like 20 below, but...
I know. Yeah, and I've seen multiple articles over the past few years. Like, the thing about a mild winter is that it doesn't kill off a bunch of bugs and pests that are around, and so they're more likely to get you in the spring and summer as a result, which isn't fun.
No.
But I do enjoy a mild winter. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm not real excited about driving this winter.
Do you do snow and such?
Yeah, and we have a longer commute to school.
Yeah.
So we could just have all the roads cleared. That'd be great. Yeah.
Why'd you put your house so far away from the school, Kate?
Why'd they put the school so far away from my house?
Oh, touche.
Yeah.
Good point,
yeah.
Kate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Thanks. Yeah. No, it's just I don't like driving in the winter.
Me neither. I really probably more than anything. What is most annoying? The lack of sun. I mean, just the lack of daylight, I should say.
Okay.
I do feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then temperatures. I feel like I can get through temperatures just fine. It's just once you get the precipitation on there, and then you got slippery roads and stuff, that's not fun.
No. Nope. If we're not going anywhere, if we are plenty of food, plenty of activities, we're not missing out on anything, let it snow.
Yeah.
But I always feel like that's when it doesn't happen. It's like, nope, you've got everything under the sun to do, so it's snowing.
What about sledding, Kate?
Oh, we do love sledding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sledding will have to be like, if we can't go to school, there's probably a good reason I should not be driving. So sledding would have to be maybe like when, on the weekend when Monty's home.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe, it's wintertime. Maybe he won't be working.
No hills in the neighborhood?
No, we do have some good hills in the neighborhood, actually.
Oh.
So maybe we just like deal with it.
But they're other people's property.
No, there's a couple of parks nearby that have some good sledding that we've sledded before. Yeah. So maybe I just need to stop being Debbie Downer and think about sledding. Thank you, Matt.
There you go. Yeah. And snow people.
There we go.
No.
Yeah. Monty wishes we were snow people. He's a snow person. I'm not a snow person.
Oh, I meant constructing snow people, like a snow family.
Oh.
Snowman, snow woman, snow child.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
Let's stick with sledding.
Let's stick with sledding.
That snowman, just making a snow person just seems like a lot of work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like when we did it when we were kids, my mom did all the work.
And you think that'd be the case this time around too, or?
Yeah. Knowing my kids, they'd be like, let's do it. I'm going in for hot chocolate. Like, me too.
Me too. Yeah, not without me.
Yeah, we could make snow animals. They could be like on the ground. Do they have to be tall?
Snow animals? You think that'd be easier than making a snow person?
Yeah.
Really?
Just do like a snow blob and call it a cat.
Okay.
Put some ears on it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because snow men and women and children don't resemble actual people, but they resemble snow people.
Right.
The
build them tall.
Yeah, historically, big ball on the bottom, medium ball in the middle, and then smallest ball up top.
Yeah, you're going to have to be able to lift those balls.
Some charcoal. Careful.
Right? I was toting that line.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I said that phrase right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Let's just let it go. Yeah, that's another reason. Like, you have to be strong and when you're all bundled up and you're like, I can't bend over. I'm going to fall down. Now I have to lift this. All these people listening who've made snow people are like, you are the biggest wuss, Kate.
Kind of.
And I will concur.
And I will allow it.
Yes. Which states are the most pumpkin obsessed?
Oh, okay.
But they're not labeled states, so it's going to make your brain work. Like, have you been studying your map?
No.
Okay.
I mean, kind of.
Kind of?
Well, yeah, it's in my cubicle, so I walk by it, and I see it.
Oh, okay.
So that means I'm kind of studying it. I don't know.
That's good studying, Matt. Good studying.
Thanks.
So you haven't labeled it yet?
Very diligent. No, I have not gotten the dry erase markers out and labeled it yet, no.
Okay.
I've got the answer side facing me, actually.
Okay. Looks like you're not going to win the geography bee anytime soon, huh?
No, I was always horrible at that when I was in school. Just awful.
Pretty good with United States, but anything European, I'm probably out.
All right, and so you've got a map for us, Kate?
Matt, I've got a map about the most pumpkin spice obsessed states.
Fantastic. I always get very excited when there's a new map you bring to the show. This is a double map show, in fact.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the map that showed that most of the country is expected to be above normal temperatures for the winter, and now we got a pumpkin-centric map. All right, so what are the big takeaways?
Pumpkin obsession. Where do you think Kansas and Missouri would rank, since you spend time in both places? Where do you think that what you're exposed to, both media and people that you know, where do you think that Kansas and Missouri would rank on pumpkin spice obsession?
Wow. Middling? I don't know.
Middling?
I don't think that they would be overly obsessed. I don't know. It seems...
I'm with you.
Do pumpkins grow like easily across the entirety of the United States? I don't know.
Do you think they grow too easy here, that's why the people who where it doesn't grow, that they go crazy over it?
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
That's a very, very good theory. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Thanks.
Kansas and Missouri, as far as pumpkin spice obsession, Kansas 27, Missouri 35. So not very pumpkin obsessed.
What's that mean? What do those numbers mean?
Out of 50 states,
yeah,
they are the 27th obsessed and 35th obsessed.
Gotcha.
The South like South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, they don't care. They are 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. But Florida, they're like, hey, we care a little bit, but not as much. Top 10 for most pumpkin obsessed. And with your theory, maybe pumpkins don't grow there. Maybe that's why they're obsessed. But West Virginia, number 1.
Number 1.
Wouldn't you think pumpkins grow in West Virginia?
I would think, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, New Hampshire, Vermont, Nebraska. They love their pumpkin spice in Nebraska. It felt appropriate.
You've been practicing that.
I have. Montana, Washington, Maine, Delaware, Oregon, and Wisconsin. So aside from Nebraska, it really feels like stretched out on the other sides of the country.
Yeah, I'm looking at this map now. I got this map in front of me. Yeah, you're right. It does seem like there's some coastal thing happening there.
Well, do you think like the New Hampshire and Vermont, they're like, oh, let's put on our puffy vests and get our labradoodles out and I'm trying to think of our Ugg boots and we'll go pumpkin patching and...
Pumpkin patching.
Right before we tap the trees for syrup. No?
No, correct. That's right.
New Hampshire and Vermont has this very like Lands End catalog-y feel to me that I'm like, oh, they love their pumpkin spice.
Look at how many. You see all the states that are number 11? You see all the ties? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe these people just can't count.
Oh, the map people, the pumpkin.
It's Zippia. They usually do a pretty good job.
Well, yeah, you can see, like, if you look, if there's that many number 11s, there shouldn't be a number 12, a 13, or a 14, and it doesn't look like there are.
Or 50, yeah.
Or a 50, right. Well, no, you should still have a 50 because you still have, they all get pushed back, because number 50 is...
45?
No, number 50 is number 50, at the bottom there, along the south. You have number 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50 all there.
But if there's a tie for 11...
So if there's a tie for 11, that means there's no 12.
Or 13, or 14, or 15.
Right.
So that would push your numbers back to 45.
No, because you keep on counting up. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tied for 11, so that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, then you would have the 16th ranked one after those. That makes sense?
No.
It's the 16th state. It's the 16th most.
But if there's a tie...
Because there's 15 states before it. And some of them tied at number 11.
11. If they're all tied for one number, then they're all that number. Then you don't have 50 states.
Yeah, you do.
You don't have the number 50. You still have 50 states, but you don't have the number 50.
Then why is the number 50 right there?
Because these people don't do maps well, is what I'm saying.
No. Like if you have two people tied for first place, the next person is third place. Right? Isn't that right?
Is it?
In a race? I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think, Matt and Kate listener? Let us know on the Matt and Kate Facebook.
Right.
It's free. As is the Matt and Kate podcast, free in your podcast player of choice. Also available at KJ1055.com.
Yeah, because Tennessee and North Carolina, they were both tied at 33. So there's other shared numbers.
Yeah, so then there won't be a 34. They'll just skip that number, and then next up is 35. Because there would have been 34 states before it.
Okay, but if you've got like 5 states tied for one number, you're not going to have 50 states.
Yes, you will. Because you have 5 states tied at one number. And then it just pushes all the other ones down. You still have 50 states in there. It's just some of them
You still have 50 states. I mean the number 50. Because if there's 5 states that are tied at number 11.
Nah, Because...
Okay.
I wish I could think of a better way to explain this, but...
I know. Me too. I'm like, I wish I could find a better way to explain what I'm thinking too. But meanwhile, we usually go to Zippia for maps, and we usually think that they are pretty smart people. This one, Zippia, get your pumpkin spice together, buddies.
I kind of feel like Zippia was okay in their numbering of the map. But it's really up to the Matt and Kate listener to decide, right, Kate?
Right.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I'm getting very emotional over it.
Are you?
No.
Okay. I was like, why would you get emotional
You tell.
about the pumpkin spice? Obsessed states.
Yep. And to recap, Kansas, number 27, Missouri, number 35. Nebraska, number 4.
Nebraska loves it.
Iowa, number 27.
Yep. Nebraska goes, give me the pumpkin spice.
Except your Nebraska accent went away. What happened?
I know. Hold on. Oh, no, I can't do it now. I'm thinking.
Oh.
Because sometimes Nebraska goes to Minnesota. Where Minnesota is like, don't you know? And Minnesota, it kind of talks like that. But Nebraska, there it is. They like their pumpkin spice.
Yay.
Nebraska gets a little, I had to think about it for a minute.
Good job. That was good. On the spot like that. It's tough.
Yeah. It was not on the spot. It was not good.